Here with Wali Moses, the trainer slash grandfather of Shakur Stevenson. This fight right here, Artem Harutyunyan. What do you think about the challenge that he brings? And how did you guys settle on this opponent?
Well, he was the only one out there pretty much willing to accept the fight. Shakur's been calling out everybody else. Has been no real challenge to really set the task. So he was on the next one in line because we wanted to really probably send a message to Frank Martin and see what he didn't do with his kid. We're going to show you what we're going to do.
Talk to me about that Frank Martin fight, Coach. Did you get a chance to see the fight with him and Tank?
Yes.
How do you compare that win over Loma's win to Gambosis? Who do you think had the more impressive win out of the two, Tank or Loma?
Loma, definitely. Because, you look at what he did with Gambosis, and it was pretty much easy. Quiet has been kept, Tank has always had a lot of problems with SOUTHPAWS. That's why you don't see him fight that many. But, that's something on the coach's tell that we only talk about keep to ourselves. But I wish I had said that anyway, not to say anything about that. That's one of his faults. But Tank and Calvin and I go a long way back, man. I have a great deal of respect with him, and they can't, The guy Kenny, I don't know as well as him, but I know Tank and I go back over 30-something years. Tank and Shakur wasn't even thought about at one time. So, I wish for him, like me, as you know, I have an opportunity to coach a lot of the athletes in the country and around the world. So I look at a whole lot of things a lot different than anybody else. But when I see all these kids come from young age and get to this point in their careers, to me, it's a win for everybody. But to see them go through the obstacles when they're young and come up to the amateur boxing and see where they are now, it's a win for us. It's a win for all of us. So, I look at things that way until we get the chance to fight them, because I did have some history with Devin and a little bit of history with Ryan, so, I respect those guys and don't have a lot to say about them and all that, because I coached them and taught them and been with them experiences sometimes. So, I look at her like I'm appreciative of all the things that they're accomplishing and they're doing now. I believe one of us is not better than all of us.
Give me your expectations.
No, good.
Yeah, give me your expectations of Saturday. Shakur is coming back to Newark again. He's been very successful in this venue, winning fights. What is your lead up to this fight?
Well, my lead up to the fight was, anticipating the opponent as a valid, opponent, him being an Olympian, he's fought against Frank Martin in the block punch, considered another high-level opponent, and I think that he's going to bring, what he brings to the table. I think, we're going to try to set a fast pace for him, and everything will take care of itself. I don't think, he's fought the type of fighter like Shakur is, especially with Harrison and Frank, but we'll see what happens when the fight starts.
Rate his performance against Frank, if you can. Did you think it was a close fight? Like, how close did you have it?
Well, some people say the scorecard, Frank was winning. I don't know what the judges really said, but, I know he was effectively scoring. He was touching him until he ran out of gas. He gassed out of him. And, if you look, a lot of fighters came out of that camp in the last previous fights around 7th and 8th round, gassed out, So, I look at things like that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it when you get the chance to do it. So, whatever they went through their camps, I feel it wasn't efficient enough to sustain them through their performance.
You mentioned
when analyzing an opponent, are you looking for strengths and weaknesses or a combination of the two?
Combination of all of above, because, you got to look at every aspect of the fight, whether it's defense, offense, stamina, agility, and everything. So when you assess the fighters, you look at all those intangibles, and what you do is you choose your best assets against his worst.
You mentioned that Artem was the only guy who stepped up in this opportunity. Who would you have liked to see step up to face your grandson?
Well, we want to unify, so we were one after whoever had the IBF belt. We were looking for that, and then, we were looking for whoever had all the other belts. So, we try to take them one at a time. So, whoever got the belts, so really at 135 was what we were looking for.
Peace.